who song should I be watching?
The light is going down and the weekend's here. Save my soul. I can feel it coming, troubles in the air. Oh my Lord, the light is going down and the weekend's here. Save my soul. Who's all baby? Who's all baby? Save my soul. I can feel it coming, troubles in the air. Oh my Lord, the light is going down.
Everybody, I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports.
Let's get it.
As we head towards kickoff, two quarterbacks will be on the field today trying to push their team to victory. It's Ryan's Falcons going up against Brady's Patriots. Stadium in Foxborough as we say hello to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you very much, Larry. We are here on a beautiful afternoon for football. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Atlanta Falcons and the New England Patriots. Now a first carry for LeGarrette Blount. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Let's discuss this offense now, and Julian Edelman, very good player.
Has really developed into a terrific slot receiver, and a lot of times he would be the primary receiver. Still mad coming out of college that he's not a quarterback in the NFL. He takes it out on the opposing defenses.
Oh my.
Now Brady throwing on second down. And he's got Edelman for the first time. That's complete. And he's brought down after a good game. Last year for Edelman, just below 100 receptions, 98, over 1,100 yards, 3 touchdowns. And this is a guy that gets a lot of pub for being that perfect receiver for Tom Brady and the New England Patriots. What's his role going
cheat for you, son?
I think
I'll show them how to cheat.
Be a bona fide #1 receiver in the NFL.
Brandon.
He's not just a Tom Brady receiver. He's that guy for anyone. And he spent so much time proving himself as he got into the league, just what you were talking about. Can I have a role here with New England? Now it's not just proving himself.
Yeah, I'm reading all that shit.
He's continuing to develop in his craft, and I think he's going to just keep getting better and better. He never gave up on himself in his dreams, and he doesn't give up on any single play. And LeGarrette Blount just does not go down easy. You know, from my experience as a defensive back, this was a difficult guy to try and tackle because of the force that he runs with and He's not going to be daunted no matter if it's the first quarter or the fourth quarter, Brandon.
Well, what shocks me about last year, 18 touchdowns. I mean, the yards were pretty good, 1161. But when I think of New England, I don't think of a running back getting 18 touchdowns.
You know, that to me, it was the combo that made the 2016 season for him. Most yards in his career, most touchdowns in his career by far. And he's the type of guy that, hey, you want to give it to me inside the 5? He doesn't believe anyone's going to stop him.
5 yards on the pickup, and it'll be second down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Brady gives now to Blunt. And he's brought down. Give him 11 yards and time and a new set of downs.
And that run was what a lot of people call an explosive run. Gave them good yardage, solid yardage. They feel good about the whole thing.
I know that play. It's going to the right.
It's always interesting to watch what offenses want to do with the two tight ends. Sometimes they line them up together for a power set. Sometimes they put one on each side of the line of scrimmage to balance things out. No matter what, though, when you see two tight ends on the field, your first thought is to think run. In this case, the offense was able to run successfully.
First down and goal. The offense knocking on the door. And he is in. Touchdown, New England.
It'll kick you forever, but hey, you got it.
2 yards out. And the Patriots drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. And he gets it to make it 7-0 Patriots. Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away.
I'm stacked over here. Let's go.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. On first down, Ryan hits his target. It's Taylor Gabriel. And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that. And that's what he did.
The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones, his intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. And a man, as we look at the starters now, a man who really has earned us talking about him in the booth, Julio Jones.
He's a 1,000-yard receiver each and every year. So sleek, so wonderful. I call him Secretariat.
Caught on the right side by Jones. Over 1,400 yards last year for Jones. Just 6 touchdowns. But, of course, he had the big 300-yard game. However, when he was blanketed with coverage, he always opens things up for other guys, doesn't he?
He does, and that's what's benefited Atlanta's offense. Other guys were able to step up. In 2016, Mohamed Sanu stepped up and had his best year as a pro. Austin Hooper, as a young tight end, really developed down the stretch. And Taylor Gabriel, who had come over as a free agent from Cleveland, he really flourished, actually led the team in touchdown catches. But there's only one Julio Jones, and you want to get the ball to him as much as possible.
Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2. They're looking at a second and short yardage to start things out. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. It's a loss of 4. Now third down.
One thing I know, defensive coaches love it when they don't have to invite their players to the party. This strong safety, you never have to ask him twice to help in run support. He's going to arrive and in a bad mood.
Defense thinking pass. They've got the nickel set out on 3rd and 6. On the screen, this is Coleman. And he is going to lose yardage here. He loses 5 full yards to bring up 4. So on 4th down, off goes Matt Ryan, and on is another Matt Bryant. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they were able to move the ball into the red zone, but they'll wind up coming away with just 3.
Yeah, 32-yarder. That's equal to an extra point nowadays, and those are no problem for an NFL kicker.
Okay, partners, New England comes out here to take the field on offense. This is such an interesting story, how they've been able to do it year after year after year. Guys talk about parity in the NFL. Well, New England has kind of transcended that parity, and they've done it with guys that you don't normally think of as household names.
The parts keep changing for New England. That's the amazing part on offense, all right? Offensive linemen change, receivers change, running backs change. We know the one constant is Tom Brady, and that's a huge deal for them. But to be able to do it in what you call the parity times, and you're exactly right, everyone's supposed to be pretty equal. New England still a top 10 offense year in and year out. In 2016, they were number 4, and that helped them with a number 1 ranked defense as well.
Offense still needing 10 yards. 2nd down. They come out 5 wide. 3 of them to the right side.
Yeah, you ain't messing with me on this play. Let's go.
Looking back to the air on
Some
2nd down.
on the inside and stuff.
And
Oh, come on.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 15 yards there on the catch and run.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
It's a run. It's a run.
He'll run it here with Blunt. And some room to work. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46.
Let's go,
nice
team.
Jump there on the 1st down run.
Brendan.
And it's 2nd and 4.
Brendan.
Some runs are blocked so well. You
Brendan,
almost forget
get
that
on the
someone has
mic,
to carry
Brendan.
the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create
on the mic,
space
Brendan.
up front. Really well done.
Brendan, get on the
So
mic.
the offense readies for a 2nd and 4. Brady to throw on 2nd down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The former Bill, Chris Hogan, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think
Brendan,
it's safe to say
get on
that
the
pressure
mic.
can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise.
What's that, bro?
Felt the pressure, threw it incomplete.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys.
Me and Cheese try to
catch the football,
get everybody
not
to
easily
go
done
out,
in
but
today's
you know,
NFL.
nobody hit a nigga up.
What you said?
I said me and Cheese try to get
The
everybody
NFL
to go
teams
out.
last year a little under 50% on 4th down
Cheese.
conversions. This is a bit tougher. 4th and
Well, I was with
4.
Cheese yesterday.
They do go for it. It's Brady. And this is incomplete.
I was on
curious
yesterday.
decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out.
I was at the
Falcons
parade.
will take control of the football in great field position. So out come the Falcons now. They had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were
They all
within
leaving,
range
though.
of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point kicker. Exactly.
You gonna back out tomorrow?
That's going to help him in contract time.
I'm trying to work tomorrow, but
Good thing,
my
let's
arm.
get in the end zone this
I
time.
don't know if that helped with the contract time. You could have kicked that
Boy,
one.
you probably got work
About
for
that.
it.
I don't know about that.
I mean, I really don't. I'm not. I can just take off this shit on my arm and just wrap my elbow.
Where you working at now?
Looking to jam
I'm
the
trying to work
receivers
back
at the
on my
line
elbow.
here. Press coverage look defensively.
The hair?
They go
Oh,
play
hell no.
action here on
That's
Ryan hit, and he lost the
Oh, that's some
football. And it's
bullshit.
picked up through an opening, and there he goes. The 20, 10, and he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and a Patriot touchdown. It gives some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for him.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 yards with a new rule as he's taken down right at the 20-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field.
That's not even female, okay?
Throwing now, Ryan on first down.
Oh, no, huh? Again? Come on, Madden!
Devin McCourty picks it off. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Here come the Patriots again on offense, the Super Bowl champions. And, boy, they have been able to do it a lot of times, Charles, with unsung heroes, haven't they? Look at the names that led them through the playoffs. Hogan, White, Lewis, guys you just wouldn't think of.
Yeah, Deion Lewis, a 5th-round pick, 3 touchdowns against Houston in the divisional round. Chris Hogan, undrafted. He ends up having 180 yards in receptions, including 5 plays of 20 yards or more against the Pittsburgh Steelers. And how about James White, a 4th-round pick out of Wisconsin? Think about who he played behind while he was at Wisconsin, and he turns out to be the unsung hero of the Super Bowl. Would have been the MVP if it wasn't for Tom Brady.
And you mentioned James White at Wisconsin. He was behind who? Melvin Gordon and Monte Ball, right?
That's correct.
Second down following the run. They come up in an offset eye. To throw is Brady, sliding out of the pocket. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. And the Falcons now making their way back out onto the field. And last time, 1-play interceptions. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one. When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup. For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Oh, that's some bull crap.
Nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. So 3rd and medium here, 3rd and 5. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people's bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down. So unable to... Now we're going to get a timeout here called by the Patriots. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. Here we go on 4th down with Ryan.
Wow. Oh, man.
So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Patriots take over. They're going to have terrific field position. The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Will they make up for it? And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets them up 1st and goal. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Now they'll throw with Brady. This is caught. Gronkowski. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. From back at the 3 now. This is 3rd and goal. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Brady now on 3rd and goal. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And Gostkowski's kick is good. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So they get the 3, increase their lead to close out the half.
Bro.
Excellent way to end the drive. Go into the locker room with a little bit of extra momentum after adding 3 to their total.
Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And with the new rule, that decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he only gets to the 20. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than...
And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. Jabal Sheard coming hard that time. He's able to run him down for a loss of 12. Now Ryan on second down. Incomplete on the right side. It's Tammy. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. Give him 8 on the play, and it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. 3rd and long. It's Ryan. On the screen, this is Coleman. 5 yards on the screen, but that'll take us to 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a first down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
Here's Matt Bosher now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory.
Wow. Come on, man.
A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. So here are the Patriots now. They get ready for their first possession of half number 2.
They just stay cheating for the Patriots on this bitch, bro.
And they'll start this drive with very good field position.
Man, let me get on the GTA so I can run these man real quick.
Rolling on first down is Brady. Sets up the screen to Lewis. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. A good pickup there on first as the screen pass gets him 8. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best. He keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field. Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Shotgun now for Brady.
Come on, throw that pick, Tom. Throw that pick, Tom. Thank you.
It's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Jamal Sheard on the stop.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense. They can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
3rd and 2, now Ryan. It's caught, Jones. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
And they're going to speed things up here.
I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old.
Oh.
Escape, and he goes down. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him
why this game always
some 8
cheating.
yards. And the dreaded
Have you ever known Tom Brady
for the offense. From the gun on 3rd down, Ryan. And Jones has it over the middle. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. They'll throw on 1st down with Ryan. He completes it to Jones. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 1st and goal. Defense with their backs against the wall. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon
That's a 10-point strike there.
Devontae Freeman, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons draw a bit closer.
I know the play ends up in the end zone with one person carrying the ball, but how about that big mass of humanity that guided him to that spot?
Yeah, they got there, but I love the dive. Always a fan of the dive. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Now the Patriot offense set to take over again. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know
and Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time. It's Desmond Trufant, and his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they got something going, and they feel like they can attack again.
I lost 12 yards. Are you serious?
Watching, if you're the offense, are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent. But you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
On 2nd down, here's Ryan. And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons are an extra point away
tied it up. Let's go.
Game. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. And no return on this one. It's a fair catch, a signal for and taken. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play.
So this time I'm not going to do no dumb shit. I'm not playing basketball. I'm not boxing. I'm not doing karate.
They go back to the air here after the INT. Finding time. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's what I'm thinking.
Back now in Foxborough. All even as we get ready to start the fourth.
I know when they get one game a one-on-one what?
In basketball, shooting.
You want to put your money where your mouth is?
You need one better in the game. You need believing in your team.
Brady again here on 2nd and 10. Screen pass to Blunt.
Oh, look, Arian Blunt is gone. I know he ain't. No, he ain't. He caught. Oh, no, that's easy. How you let him do that?
Patriot touchdown. LeGarrette Blunt, he scored on the ground and through the air. And the
oh, yeah, we out here rocking.
Taking the lead. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who is a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
We was still got the championship.
Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
A good first down call as the screenplay gets them 9.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Now Ryan on 2nd down. And Tammy with it over the middle. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. We'll give him 10 yards on that one, and then we'll learn a fresh set of downs. Now Ryan on 1st down. And complete on the right side. It's Tammy. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Looked like the screen pass was taken away there, but what a nice job improvising, finding other options, and completing the pass anyway.
So the offense now dealing with a 2nd and 7. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Levine Toilolo, the tight end, is intended target. And that'll make it 3rd down.
Well, that plays a statistic that's going to go on the defensive team stat sheet. Won't necessarily reflect in ours, right, the overall game sheet. But you and I know that they keep count on pressures, hits on quarterbacks, all those things, hoping to increase that throughout the game. And here we are in the 4th quarter, and they got a big one.
Yeah, it's such a close game, a very big one. One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll run it with Coleman.
Oh, no!
These guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. The Patriots offense now, they work their way back on.
How you fumble the ball, man?
On their last drive that resulted in a touchdown. Looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Again, here's Blunt. And he'll be brought now. It looks like right at the 40. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive linemen said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs, and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down is Brady. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and push it past the 50-yard line so they thought they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? Now it's Ryan. On the screen, this is Coleman. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
You know the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Fresh set of downs here. This is Coleman. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Back to throw. And a hit.
This nigga dropped the ball.
It's incomplete.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. He's back to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Back to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Patriots defense is going to take over on down. They'll begin here with Blunt. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
All right, partner, despite my eating habits, I'm not big enough to play offensive tackle, nor am I quick enough. But with
And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. 2nd down and a little ways to go here. 2nd and 13. Brady going to look to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Hogan. It's a loss of 7. And the Falcons going to use another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. To throw is Brady. Surveying the field. And Amendola with a catch.
Oh, yeah, I know you lying, man.
Pick up of 34 yards. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Now Blunt. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
They'll run again with Blunt. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down.